Bankroom Farce, vending machines, the Apple dispenser and Mr. Mooney's authority. In the brightly lit wood-paneled offices of the bank that serves as the primary workplace stage for so much of Lucille Ball's later television brilliance, the morning begins with a perfectly calibrated collision of bureaucratic order and irrepressible feminine ingenuity. Mrs. Carmichael played with that inimitable mixture of wide-eyed sincerity and sly determination that only Ball could sustain across decades, has somehow managed to place a circular vending machine directly upon Mr. Mooney's desk. The object sits there like an uninvited guest at a formal dinner, its rounded form already announcing the comic disruption to come. When Mooney demands an explanation, Lucy's reply is delivered with the cheerful logic that has long defined her character. She thought it would be very nice if the employees had an Apple machine outside. The suggestion is so earnestly practical, so rooted in a desire to improve the daily lives of her colleagues, that one almost forgets how thoroughly it violates every principle of institutional decorum that Mooney holds sacred. Gail Gordon's Mr. Mooney responds with the long-suffering authority that made him one of the great straight men of American situation comedy. He enumerates the existing array of machines already cluttering the premises: a cigarette machine, a candy machine, a coffee machine, and a soft drink dispenser, and declares with rising indignation that the place is supposed to look like a bank, not a penny arcade. The line is pure Gordon, clipped precise, and freighted with the weary dignity of a man who has spent years attempting to impose order upon chaos and has never quite succeeded. Lucy, undeterred, offers a compromise that is at once reasonable and hilariously self-serving. The Apple dispenser could be placed where the customers cannot see it. She has even prepared a diagram, and with the proud flourish of a general unveiling battle plans, she spreads it before him. Here is the employee's exit, here the back entrance, and here the stairs that lead to the vault. The proposed location against the back wall is marked with the same careful attention she once devoted to far more elaborate schemes in earlier seasons. What follows is a master class in the comic tension between two opposing temperaments. Mooney refuses flatly. There is already enough goofing off around the bank as it is. This is a place of business. They are here to work, not to eat and drink. The speech is delivered with the measured cadence of a man who believes, or at least desperately wants to believe, that institutional rules can still hold the line against human appetite and distraction. Lucy's response is the soft, almost whispered "yes, sir" that Ball perfected over years of playing against formidable male authority figures. Yet, even as she appears to yield, the audience senses the familiar undercurrent of resistance. Mooney's final instruction, "so get to work," is undercut by his own immediate request for a cup of coffee. A moment of self-aware hypocrisy that Gordon plays with delicious dryness and that Ball answers with a delighted little laugh. The exchange crystallizes the central relationship of the later Lucy show years: Mooney's rigid professionalism forever compromised by his own human needs, and Lucy's cheerful insubordination forever tempered by a genuine, if mischievous, affection for the man she continually exasperates. The sequence is more than mere workplace farce. It functions as a gentle satire of middle-class American office culture in the mid-1960s, a time when corporations were beginning to experiment with employee amenities while still clinging to older notions of hierarchical discipline. The proliferation of vending machines itself was a small but telling sign of the era's shifting relationship between labor and leisure. Lucy's Apple machine is both a practical suggestion and a symbolic challenge to the idea that a bank must remain a temple of pure fiscal seriousness. Her diagram, with its careful notation of exits, entrances, and the vault stairs, inadvertently foreshadows the more dangerous diagram that will appear later in the composite script. Yet within this opening scene, it remains pure comic invention. Ball's physical performance, the slight tilt of the head as she presents her drawing, the hopeful lift of the eyebrows, the way her hands hover protectively over the paper, conveys volumes about Lucy Carmichael's essential nature. She is a woman who cannot help improving the world around her, even when the world insists it does not require improvement. Mooney's authority, meanwhile, is never absolute. The very fact that Lucy has managed to place the machine on his desk without immediate detection speaks to the porous quality of his control. Gordon's performance suggests a man who understands at some deep level that his secretary's chaos is the price he pays for her loyalty and energy. when he finally orders her back to work and then undercuts his own command with the coffee request. The audience recognizes the affectionate exasperation that has always defined their partnership. The scene establishes the tonal foundation for everything that follows in this composite narrative. The bank is both a site of professional aspiration and a playground for Lucy's irrepressible schemes. Mooney is both stern overseer and reluctant participant in the comedy, and Lucille Ball herself as the eternal agent of delightful disorder. In these few opening exchanges, the show reaffirms its enduring appeal, the ability to find profound human comedy in the smallest negotiations of office life, rendered with timing so precise and affection so genuine that the farce never loses its heart.